Look forward to getting into it. Just getting myself set up here. We are live, by the way, now. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, or Twitter. And that is where we're at. Hope you're doing amazing. You can't say LOL. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to get into today's topic, which is the naturalization oath ceremonies that have been canceled. This is so upsetting to me. Why would they do that? You get to the final part of the case. Everybody has reviewed your case. USCIS has said, yes, you deserve to be approved. And then suddenly it's canceled. And you get so frustrated and disappointed. And you wonder, how do I get my oath ceremony rescheduled? What do I do? How do I do this? And nobody has an answer. And that's what I want to talk about today. And if you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer who is truly passionate about helping you reach your goal. I'm based in Los Angeles, California. We take on cases in all 50 states and around the world. And this is what we do in U.S. immigration matters. Bree Bartholomew, welcome. Welcome, Mohammed. I'm doing great. Jackson Castillo, welcome. Sasan BBW, welcome. Sasan says, I had an interview with my mom since last August. We're still waiting, not getting the green card. Is there anything we can do? I'd like to have some more details about that. Where is your mom today? What's going on with her case? Josh, are you a Republican or a Democrat? I guess I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, but I have clients who are Republicans. I have clients from every country, every religion, people who have all sorts of views. It doesn't matter. I want to help you reach your immigration goals. N400 pending adjudication. What does it mean if I'm awaiting an interview? It means you're waiting for an interview. I mean, what more do we need to know, Mohammed? Aisha, can you travel internationally with a 10-year green card, even if you're born in a banned country? Yes, you can, unless you give me a specific reason why you can't travel. I'm going to say you can travel. You're a permanent resident. You know, why not? Cindy, cancellation notice for requests for additional evidence after an I-45 interview. What does that mean? I'd have to review the notice myself to give you my opinion on what that means. But if the notice was canceled, then it was canceled, right? I guess that's really what it is. All right. Muskan says, my father's Afghan. He has an American passport. Can he travel to Afghanistan? If you're an American, you can travel to Afghanistan. But if you got your green card as a refugee, boy, I would be very reluctant. Raju says, how much do you guys charge to get divorced? That would be $0 because we do not handle divorces. We're an immigration law firm. What about electrical work in the building line? I don't know what that means. Raju in Alabama. People are asking me about their divorce, about electrical work. I do not know about that. I know about immigration, certain topics. Cindy says, I-45 interview, no decision yet. How long to get a decision? That's like saying how long is a piece of string? It depends. Could take a long time. I don't know. Aisha, okay, what would you do if your N400 interview was canceled because of the ban? How long have you been waiting for that interview? Heather Morales, to reopen and close a case that was an old immigration case. We've not heard anything. I'd like to know more about that. Spouse visa, someone said, yeah. Let's see if there's any questions on Instagram. What do you got for me, Instagram? Is there any change about Iranian? Can I apply for a green card for my mother? I'm a citizen. You can apply for a green card. if you're from Iran. But the thing is, they say they won't issue the visa. I think it's a little different if she's inside the U.S., if your mother's inside the U.S. But outside the U.S., you have the visa ban. And apparently they're going to delay processing if you're inside the U.S. Movin, does USCIS abide by an IJ's order? Well, what was the IJ's order, and why hasn't USCIS complied with that? I'd love to hear more. I would. Is it possible to self-petition as a DACA recipient for a green card? There are strategies. This is from Natty. There are strategies to get a green card if you have DACA. I don't know if self-petitioning is one of them, but it depends on the circumstances. So we need to talk. I-45 approval, I-45, how long after the RFE? I'm not quite sure. Islamabad embassy. How long does it take the pause of USCIS? I don't know. It's going to be an open question. The USCIS pause could be indefinite. Osman Bakat says, I'm a writer and I wrote an article in one of the magazines in the US, and now I'm having a book. Is it okay to apply for one of the visas? Could be, yeah. Can I apply for citizenship from a concerned country? Yes, you can apply for citizenship, naturalization. You can apply. Whether they'll grant you the approval or not depends on a lot of factors. You know what I mean? Ahab says, USCIS sent me a biometrics notice, I-751. Never had any crimes or violations. Do I have anything to worry about? I don't know. Here's Plato's Cave, Reactor 6676. I'm from Palestine. I have no right of return, and I have an order of removal, and I need to fix it. What can I do? I don't know. I don't know if there's a solution under U.S. law. Akbari says, pick me. Okay. I'll take some guess. Let's see here. All right. We'll bring him on, Akbari. How you doing?
Really appreciate for picking me up.
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I have a question. I'm completely in a dark spot. I already talked with you about my friend. She won her asylum case, and
Yeah.
she was still in detention center.
Okay.
And the appeal deadline was for 30 days. And one day before the appeal, the system has changed. No appeal was received for this case.
Okay.
I talked with my family attorney. She told me wait till 22nd that the deadline completely finished.
Okay.
And in 22nd, around 10 in the morning, her attorney texts me, go to the ICE office because the system did not give any notification that they submitted appeal against her. I went to the office to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I asked them that the deadline is completed. Could you please release her? He said, okay, let me check the system. He went inside and come out. He was like kind of shaking. He said, we're going to appeal. I said, no, the time is completed. You're not allowed according to the law to appeal for this case. He said, okay, let me check again. He went inside and come out. He said, we did appeal on 22nd. And I called my family attorney.
Okay.
I said we appealed. And my family attorney called him, and after hours they said we did appeal, but the system was glitching. That's why you did not receive any notification.
Okay.
And if 5 days passed, the EIOR system still shows no appeal was received for this case. and I'm trying to contact my family attorney. She's
Okay.
not responding. I think there is something going on. I don't know what's the option. What should we do? It's illegally there.
Well, I don't quite know what to say. It sounds very frustrating, but I don't think the online system is that important. I mean, if you filed your appeal and it was on time and you have proof of that, I think that's good. I don't know. Is your friend still in custody?
Yes, she is still in custody.
I don't know what to say, my friend. I don't know.
It's the system is not very accurate. It has
Yeah.
to be changed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Good luck. I hope you win the appeal.
Thank you so much.
Okay, brother. Bye now.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, that's Akbari.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. It's a tough one. Immigration's not easy, is it? It's not. Let's see. What other questions do we have here? Is the K-1 visa affected by the 75 country pause? No. K-1 visa is a non-immigrant visa, not subject to the pause. Freshta, welcome. Baxter, welcome. Tap, tap. Enho Rincon, I'm from Spain. I have 21 years and I'm in nursing school. Any options to apply for residency? The green card lottery, green card through marriage to a U.S. citizen, fiance visa, lots of ideas. All right. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by all these questions, but that's okay. I'm visiting Canada with my boyfriend. What do I do about ICE? Will I be arrested for being a tourist? I don't know. Why would you be arrested if you're Canadian? Pardon me. Can I do a lawsuit for a Mexican? All right. What did I miss? Any options as a student, not married option. I mean, most people who get green cards from students get OPT, and then they get an H-1B visa, and then they get an employment-based visa, or they get married, or they hit the green card lottery. All right. We'll take some more questions. Who's got questions for me? If you want to be added to this, please like this and share it with your followers. And then I will add you and we'll get right into it. Forgive me for eating. I didn't have time. This is my lunch. We have here Erica.
Hi.
Hi, Erica.
So I have a question. My spouse is a green card holder. He has a 2-year additional green card. Next year is when we're having to renew it, but we have kids together and they are on Medicaid. I have heard that any type of government assistance is going to affect the green card. It will get denied. Is that true? Or I guess this February is going to be when it passes, but
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if that's going to affect it.
Did you get a green card? Did he get a green card through marriage to you?
Yes.
And his green card expires at some point, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just we have to remove the 2-year condition.
Okay. So you have kids together, right?
Yes.
So the issue that you have is you have to prove that even though he got a green card through marriage to you, you have to prove that you have an ongoing marriage relationship. Prove that you live together, that you share your money, that you have children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You had to do this to get your green card initially. Now you have to do it to show there's an ongoing relationship. Now notice I didn't say anything about welfare or Medicaid or public charge. Didn't say anything about that stuff, right? Focus on the relationship, documenting the relationship. And if you have kids together, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Okay, so even if they're on Medicaid, that won't affect anything, right? That won't affect him in the process of being able to get that condition off.
Right now, there's nothing about conditional residency relating to public charge.
Okay.
Okay?
So it should be, well, how do we know it should be fine? Because they said something that it was going to be passing late February.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, this is a case. If you need help, reach out to us. We can help you out with this.
Okay.
All right. We don't stress about it. You got this.
All right.
Okay, Erica.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I have been warned not to snack during my live. I will stop snacking. I will not do it. I can't do it. No more. All right. Questions. Pink Flower, hi. Our lawyer, let's see here. Our lawyer before divorce is representing him now for VAWA against me. Is that a conflict of interest? Yes, it is. That's a serious conflict of interest, I would think. Yeah. You can't do that. The lawyer before your divorce is so the lawyer represented you and him, and now the lawyer is representing him in a VAWA. I think it's a conflict of interest. Which year will Trump leave? I have no idea. I don't know. What's going to happen? Let me just take my questions. How likely are you to be approved at immigration for a marriage green card? How likely would a marriage green card get approved at the interview? Depends on a lot of factors. Are there any complications? How strong is the relationship? Do the couples live together? And many other factors. Many factors. Here's Hasana Tubavisiletti. Let's see. Says here, my I-130 is approved and my interview is on February 18th. I'm in Senegal, Dakar for my interview waiting for it. Can you respond to my messages if you have a chance? Yes. He's from West Africa and Gambia. Let me know what I can do to help. Anthony Borja says, I have a friend who's stuck in Texas. I'd like to sponsor him. Did he get a work permit? Yeah, we can try and do that. Sure. Definitely. Ibrahim Ali is here. Welcome. Elena, Pink Flower. My husband's interview is already done and they asked for extra documents. It's been 2 months already. Okay. BMH Hernandez. Hello, attorney watching Chicago, Illinois, USA. Love it. Love it. Love it. Plato's Cave. What's your phone number? How can I get a hold of you? It's right above my head on YouTube. What are my thoughts on ice? I like ice in all my drinks. I'm an American. I like ice in my beverages. But ice, I have a lot of thoughts on ice in terms of law enforcement. They're not really law enforcement. They're there to instigate and harass people. They wear masks to conceal their identity. That's not something we as in the United States see. We don't see law enforcement dressed as vigilantes concealing their identity. We don't see that. Also, I'm very skeptical of know your rights presentations. What rights do you have with ICE? They don't follow the law. They pull people out of cars, break down doors, pepper spray and shoot and kill innocent civilians, and then lie about it. I think you want to stay as far away from ICE as possible. As far away. I-730 petitions are going to be decided in court. I wanted to ask, K-1 visa pause 75 countries. I don't think the K-1 visa is impacted. I don't think non-immigrant visas are impacted. And the K-1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. Hassana to Bob Vicinity. Hello, I'm asking about it because I'm worried about Gambia. It's on the list of 75 country ban. Hodan is here. Welcome, one and all. Let's see here. I-730 visa is still on. The I-730 is paused because of a proclamation, and there's a lawsuit challenging that proclamation. Doesn't look like it's going to work out for the plaintiffs, so that's a bummer. Is it still safe to get married and file paperwork? From One Lisa Badness. That's a great name. Yes. Yes, it is. Why not? Have the asylum been overhauled and now more approvals? We're told that they only deny people who go for interviews. I don't know if that's true. I think you can still get approved for asylum. Why not? If you have a good claim for asylum, you should file it. File it within 1 year of when you arrive in the U.S. If my I-130 visa interview is denied or refused, do I have to start all over again or not? I mean, maybe you do have to start all over, but it's not the sort of thing where your I-130 what was I saying? You don't do an immigration case and then it fails and then you try again. You want to do it once, you want to do it right, you want to get approved, and you never want to do it again. Does that make sense? Yasser Fouad, you're an amazing, as always, greetings from Egypt. Thank you, brother. I want to also thank everyone. My mother died recently, and I've been really, it's been a difficult time for me, and I want to appreciate all of you who've reached out to me with your expressions of condolence. It's very kind. My mother was not well, and her death was, in the circumstances, was probably a good thing for her because she was suffering. But nevertheless, it's a tough loss. And so thank you so much for everybody for your words of sympathy. I appreciate all of you. And it also helps me to work and to be of service to you. And that's why I like coming on live and answering all your questions. Just wanted to say that. Shout out for you from Morocco. My condolences and your mother. Keep up the good fight. You know, I gave my mother a beautiful rug that I bought in Marrakesh, and she hung it on her wall. And it's been something special to me from my trip to Morocco and for my mother. So Lovely Queen, thank you for your condolences. Can I travel to with a Somali passport along with my 10-year green card? I guess when I get questions about whether a green card holder can travel, I want to know, why couldn't you travel? Tell me why. Why couldn't you travel? I want to hear, unless you can tell me specifically why you can't travel, then I'm going to recommend you can travel. Do I recommend someone with a DUI start the process of becoming a resident with one illegal entry? I recommend that person would lawyer up, consult with a lawyer. You know, I've helped people get green cards who've entered the country illegally. I've helped people enter the country who have who get green cards who have DUIs. But depends on the facts and the circumstances. So before you get married and apply for the green card, let's talk about it. Maria's joined us. Welcome. Welcome, Maria. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you can see your face on a green card by now. Although you don't have to respond with that. I'd love to hear about your situation. Do I offer a free consultation on the phone? We have free consultations, and sometimes we have paid consultations. So it depends on your circumstances, but we'd be happy to reach out and chat with you. The best way to get in touch with me and my firm is to send a message on through our website. We have a contact us tool on our website that really helps us smoothly process things. Can I do a travel document visit for Turkey? I'm from Pakistan. You probably could. Should you apply now for 10-year, even if a country's under a ban? I would have to know the circumstances before I can answer that. Tammy says you did an interview marriage 11 months ago. Is it something to worry about? What steps to take? Yes, the lawyer I used to petition through marriage is now representing him for VAWA. What can I do? I would message the attorney and ask them to withdraw from the case. And if not, I would tell them you're going to file a complaint with the bar. You could do that. Ibrahim says, last week with my wife, we have an appointment at the NBC. Sorry. My heart message to all of you. Kelton, is 10 months abnormal for a marriage-based EAD? No approval or updates? Yes, it's abnormal. Shouldn't take that long. I don't think that's right. Ivana Costa, thank you for following. I hope my content is inspiring and helpful. Amira Only Love joined. I'm gonna wave. That's a great name. Billy Turner, why are asylums taking so long and in the pending process? Political, really? We field inquiries. We got nowhere. Is there anything we can do? Yes. What we do for a delayed work permit that's been delayed for 10 months is that we go to court and we file lawsuits to challenge the delays. And we fight back and we get people work permits approved. We get people's work permits approved when they're stuck like that. That's what we do. Here's someone. I'm a Canadian citizen born in Iran. My dad petitioned me in 2016, had my interview. It's been in AP for 20 months. Should I file a writ of mandamus? Well, the problem is, even though you're Canadian, you were born in Iran. That's not generally a problem, but they said that they won't issue a visa for anyone from Iran, subject to this adjudication and hold. Visa freeze. So you could say, yeah, well, I'm Canadian, but if you were born in Iran, that's what they say. I know it's ridiculous, but that's what they say. I've been warned to stop eating. I will. I will. Questions. Maria sent me a dolphin. Thank you, Maria. I've always wanted a dolphin. Can I ask her to destroy my documents or anything I can do about him applying fraudulently for VAWA? I guess as an immigration lawyer who prepares VAWA, what I would say is if your ex-wife or ex-husband gets VAWA, then it doesn't hurt you in any way. You know, it doesn't have any impact on you. There are no consequences to you. So it really doesn't matter. But I'm sure it doesn't feel good to have your confidentiality violated because here's someone who says, you're welcome to eat. There's no law against you eating. I don't know. It's not a good look. I think they tell me not to do that. Okay. Ross, how long does it take when they take your passport because of the last record, the forgotten gun license before? I don't know. I don't know about that gun license. Why would that have any impact on anything? Never heard about that. That's true. I can't. Okay. I got level up sparks here. I got a lot of good, cool stuff. My husband is a U.S. citizen but was born in Haiti. Will that affect my AOS application presently? No. Your husband's a U.S. citizen born in Haiti, but it matters where you're from. Let's see here. Here's a question from Jason Pagan. I married my wife in Costa Rica. It's been 2 years. No response on the USCIS. It says portal from February. What should I do? You should reach out to us for a consultation, Jason. I'd like to know more about what's going on and how we can help. It seems like it's stuck a little bit. I'm a U.S. citizen, born in the United States. I take it you're not taking questions from here. Says Han Keel 3263. Wrong. I am taking questions. Shoot them up there, and I will answer them or try to. I'm taking questions from Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, X or Twitter. Actually, I lied about Snapchat. I'm not on Snap. I've never used Snapchat. I'm an adult, so I don't know how to use that. What do you think about pending green cards for Afghan people? I think people should be able to get green cards if they're from Afghanistan, but Trump doesn't, and so he put the kibosh on green card applications and all other applications for Afghans because of that horrible incident. The guy happened to be from Afghanistan. Josh is all over. Yes, he is. He's all over the place. Okay. Let's see here. My fiance got banned from Qatar. Can he come to the U.S. as a visa? He is from Georgia. Why is he banned? I would say. Why? Tell me why he's banned. I need to know more. And if you're on YouTube, pop me a question. I will answer it. Because it says here you're not taking questions from here, but I am. It's over. Should I go to my IR1 visa interview in Morocco, even though there's a pause? Yes, you should go. Why should you go to an interview if they pause and you're not going to get your visa? Why should you incur the expense of travel? And why should you do the medical exam? And the answer is you never know. In fact, my office got approval for parents of Iranians who are parents of a U.S. citizen. We got that case approved. I'm not saying this to brag. It's not because I'm such a genius lawyer that the case got approved. They got approved because they showed up, they deserved the visa, and it got approved. Was it subject to the ban? Yes. Did it get approved anyway? Yes. Can I explain why this happened? No, I can't. I don't know why. All I'm saying is if you don't show up, you're not going to get approved. If you do show up, you never know. Maybe you will. Here's a question. My Filipino wife applied for a visitor visa to bring our U.S. American 2-year-old son to the U.S. for urgent medical care. Her visa was denied by the U.S. Embassy in Manila. What can we do? I don't think you're going to get a visitor visa. Why don't you take your 2-year-old daughter to the U.S. if you're a U.S. citizen, or have someone else take her? And if she wants to move to the U.S., explore family petitions. Let's see here. Here's another question from, I'm married to a U.S. citizen now, but I have a pending green card application in EAD from approved asylum from Iran. Does the lawsuit help to resume processing due to the pause? Well, we're filing lawsuits to challenge these delays. And I think it's a fight worth having. Why does USCIS get to decide which cases it wants to work on and which cases it doesn't? That's not fair. That's not legal. We should all be equal under the law. We should. Han Keel says, I'm disabled with congestive heart failure. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope my answers have been helpful to you. Can you find someone else to take your son to the U.S.? You're just not going to get that visitor visa approved. I don't think you're going to get that approved. I'm sorry. If it were my decision, I would approve it. But it's not my decision. I can't get something approved. That's why I did not take him to the U.S. Yeah, I get that. Good afternoon. I missed my biometric today due to the office closure for the I-45. Okay. Instead of rescheduling the biometrics, just take the biometric notice and go to the office and say, hey, I missed this. And see if we don't have anyone else. I'm sorry, Han Keel. I'm sorry. How are you, sir? I got my first green card in 2021. It's a conditional green card through marriage. I was married with a U.S. citizen. Our marriage lasted only 6 or 7 months, and she gave me, is there anything you do now to suggest? Yeah, I think you're going to need, I think this is for Daman 5307. I think you're going to need to hire a lawyer to look at that situation. It's very challenging. You have to prove that the marriage was based on a relationship that's true and genuine in order to keep your green card. That could be a challenge. Han Keel 3263. Is there anything you do now to suggest? Keep looking for someone to take your son to the U.S. It's a tough situation. I don't have a great solution for you. San Gron, do you have any experience with a certificate of non-existence? I need a little more context on that. I want to know what that means. Why would you need that? What are the circumstances? Why not? Let's see here. We have an interview. Should we go or not? Go. Go to your interview. Show up. How hard is it to get a green card from a TN visa? You cannot get a green card directly from a TN visa. You have to find another route. Employment-based petition, green card through marriage, something else. Okay? Yes. That's right. Ismail, please answer my question. Okay, fine. I'll go back and try and find it. I'm about to start mandamus for 221G for a 1-year pause, but for a 75 country K1 visa. Okay, I support that. How strong are FGM asylum cases? Is withholding of removal a good document to show ICE? Well, withholding of removal, they'll deport you to some other place, right? If you're Venezuelan, they'll deport you to Libya or something. Hey, sir, I'm from Lebanon, one of the 75 countries. My immigration interview is this Friday. What should I expect? I want you to show up to the interview and prepare and see what happens. Ismail, call my office back again. We have different policies now. Let's see here.